So I'd like to welcome everybody to today's webinar with ARC AI. My name is Sean Kozak, one of the co-founders here. And as I just mentioned and alluded to in the preamble, this is a completely unorthodox event. We, as you know, a lot of us put together stuff for NeuroStreet Academy, and we do a lot of stuff for ARC AI algos, et cetera. But very rarely do we do something like this unless it's so amazing that you have to, right? And what I'm about to do here is I'm about to take you down a little bit of a journey in which Jim and I have been living on for the past several months, behind the scenes, putting this together. ARC's never launched this type of a strategy and a trade room approach before, and we're excited because the entire mandate behind what I'm about to share with you is led by real trading performance first and foremost. So that's why I'm excited, because a lot of traders always want to make sure that, hey, is it working? Have you traded it? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. So we put it together into an environment where we can actually teach it, demonstrate it, show it, and be able to provide it to everybody in the community. So a couple groundkeeping rules. We are recording it. You'll get a recording following today's presentation. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box. We'll get to them at the end of the presentation. If I don't get to it during the webinar, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I want to stay on topic. And let's get into it. Let's just start getting into the details, and we'll go from there. So what is the CERTS trading system? Well, CERTS stands for Crossing EMAS, Reversal Trend and Scalp System. This is a strategy that I started trading for a few reasons. I'm building resources for the tick blaze deployment. I'm also building resources for the prop firm expansion. And we're looking at adding a few different aspects to the trading rooms, et cetera, for the expansion of the other companies. So I know a lot of you are used to either algos, or you're used to either the GAP program, which is heavily on VWAPs and price action, et cetera. But this is a signal system. This is an indicator-based system. This is a very comprehensive approach to trading trends, reversals, and scalping. And it's actually 3 strategies put together into a complete package that can be traded using the same workspace, the same layouts, the same indicators, et cetera. And I traded it for over a month myself, documenting all of the trades. Yes, I know, I'm on the title still, James. And I'm just doing a little bit of an intro. I traded this for a month first before I brought Jim in to share this with him. And then I said, hey, Jim, I think we should go through this one by one, and let's start back testing all of the strategies, because I've got really, really good live performance data from real trading. I want to go back for a large sample size and see if we got something that's extremely profitable, right? And when, lo and behold, Jim started trading it, started doing it, and did the back test manually. We brought in testing software to basically test the system, and it just blew us away, right? Just blew us away. So we're actually looking at running a room this week on this. We're going to talk about that today. And we're probably going to deploy this into the prop firm. It's so good. Yeah. So let's get into it. Now, I do need to cover a disclaimer, because we are talking about trade performance. Not here to be your advisor, your broker, your CTA, or anything in between. Please note that anything you do is your own decision and your own choices. If you are taking trades, make sure that you do so at your own discretion. And I can never guarantee any results, right? So can everybody just do me a favor and type a Y in the chat box so that everybody understands and accepts this risk, right? We're all adults here, but regulators seem to like when we put that in first. Great. So I know, without even asking this question, I'm not going to play, the rhetorical questions off of you guys. We all want the same thing, right? We say this all the time, but the truth is, who in here wants to make a lot more money? How many of you guys want to make a lot more money? You want to make better trades? You want to make a lot more profit on a day? You want to have a better system? Maybe you just want to have a strategy you trust more. Maybe you want something that's easier to trade because you're having a hard time replicating things, etc. Maybe you're struggling with prop firms. I don't know where you're at, but either way, everybody's in the same boat. Like, nobody's special here. We all came in here with the exact same requirements: passion, the willingness to learn, and a whole lot of grit, because trading is freaking tough, right? How many of you guys would agree that trading is freaking tough? And as much as we try to make it easy once in a while, and we try to simplify things, and we try to make it better, and we try to develop new approaches, like, the goal needs to be keep it simple, make it easier, make it more profitable, right? So these are the results on the strategy we've been testing, and these are literally the results we pulled from the system. And it's not an algo. This is we trade it live, and I know for a fact that it is so simple that anybody in here can do this. I don't care if you've been struggling, if you've been somebody that is going up and down, maybe you're breaking even, maybe you're trading well, and then all of a sudden it just hits you like a brick. You fail an eval, or you think you're doing great and you get excited, and then the next week it just slaps you silly. Wherever you're at, most likely it's because you're not trading the right strategy, or the strategy is not right for you, or it's just not clicking, right? Like, maybe the system isn't the right strategy because you don't understand it, or you're not able to replicate it, or the conditions are wrong for it. What we're going to do here is we're going to give you a system that can trade all conditions. There's a setup for trends, there's a setup for reversals, and there's a setup for scalping. So there is no way you could ever approach the day without being able to take at least several of each of the trade setups. And we're trading it on 4 markets: the NASDAQ, the Russell, crude oil, and gold. They have to be trending markets. Not necessarily trending days, but they need to be markets that are designed to pop. You need movement. You need a lot of flow. When the market moves, it needs to move quickly and efficiently. The S&P is a great market, but it's a big boys market. It's too snail space. So we want popping markets, and we want explosive moves. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over live trades. Everything we're going to do is going to be documented with live trades. Why? Because that's just how we do things here. This isn't some back test. We're trying to over optimize. Everything was done by real trading. Okay. So how many of you guys would think that there's a lot more merit to that than just running an algo? Algos are great, but like, if you can do something with real trade results and real track record, real history, there's something to say about that. How many of you guys would agree? Yes or no? Right? Exactly. So everything we're going to do today is going to be Jim's and mine's live trades. We traded on multiple markets. We've traded the multiple signals. I personally believe that if you use this system, there isn't a need to do anything else. Ever since I started trading this over the last couple of months behind the back end, and you'll see it because I'm going to show you the pictures documented over the community, that this has been a while coming. And I just think that if anybody uses this, you're not going to want to change it. It just, every day it happens. And that's what really excites me is the repetitiveness of the signals, the repetitiveness of the opportunity. So we're going to teach you how to trade the scalps. I'm going to teach you the trend signals and the reversal setups so that you can choose which one you like. I know my favorite. I love the trend trades. I think that they're just, they stand out and they slap you in the face and they say, hey, take this trade, because they're huge. But some people like to scalp for quick pops, and other people like reversals. Either way, they're all amazing. Let's get into it. So everything we're going to do is rules based. We've put together trading plans for it. Okay. We've put together a trade plan for the scalps. We put together a trading plan for the trend trade and the reversal trade. And we've already pre-built the layouts for you, so you don't have to do anything. If you're using NinjaTrader, we can give it to you. If you're using TradingView, we can give that to you. I have them on TickBlaze for those of you in here that are investors on the platform. And for those of you that are using TickBlaze in the beta, pre-beta, I can give you a layout for this, or if you want to wait until we launch the beta, it'll be ready for you on TickBlaze as well. Either way, you'll have it all. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the results. We're going to walk through the back test and the live trade results so you can see both. And then you can actually kind of get an understanding for what we're doing. Okay. So when I came to Jim with the live trading, we have a back testing software that basically we can use. ARC actually sells it. There's a tool for back testing for discretionary systems. And so what we did was we took the strategy and once we traded it live, we brought it in to the back testing and we basically ran every signal for months to basically see, even past the live trades that I was taking. So we did an out of sample test, which is really, really great to be able to see what it was like even before I was live trading it, and then into the live trading, and then even after when Jim was trading it. And it was insane, like 1-to-1 or greater risk to reward multiples, 75% hit rates, over 3 profit factors, tons of trades, like over 200 trades. Right? Like we have a huge sample size. And the reason we were able to do that is because there's just a lot of opportunity. The fact that we have a few signals and we're trading 4 markets. What's nice is you're trading the same strategy on multiple markets. A lot of people will flip the strategy to the market, right? You might trade one strategy on the NASDAQ and then flip it to the S&P. It becomes harder for the brain to understand the trade system because the strategy is changing, right? So your brain has to repetitively try to switch gears to try to remember the rules to different setups. Whereas this, what's nice about this is that if you learn the 3 trades, there's only 3. You only have to learn 3 setups. You're not changing the setups. They're the same on every market. And that's what's so powerful is that once your brain understands it and sees it, there's no way you can miss it. Like they scream out at you. So there was a ton of success. And let's get into the live trade. So we actually traded this live. So Jim took a number of 40 trades live. This isn't my trades. These are Jim's trades live. He traded these live. And so this was Jim's live trade sample size out of mine. This was out of the back test. So this was live trading. So, this is an example of, just taking different approaches to proving the performance. I traded it live. Then we ran sample sizes with large back tests. Then Jim traded it live. So it was, having a 2 profit factor with live trading, forward trading is very, very positive, especially for discretionary strategies. And I can promise you this, if him and I can do this, you guys can do this, right? Like, how many of you guys think you're a quick study, right? And they're not using minute charts. How many of you guys think you can learn something quickly if you put your mind to it? How many of you guys think that if we sat you down for an entire week and traded it with you, how many of you guys think you could grasp it? Most likely. Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, we're going to do that. I promise you that we're going to do that. Okay. So let's talk about how it works. So we use range bars. I'm going to explain it. Okay. We use a conversion. So I used a combination of AI, and I used a combination of statistics, and I used a combination of volatility conversions to meet the right fractals. So I went into AI and I used it for determining the bar sizes. I also used the approach to determine the EMAS settings. We're using range bars on a 1-minute conversion. The difference between the conversions this time is that we used AI to help put a statistical model in place to properly pull the right fractals for each of the markets off of volume data. So we're trading the NASDAQ, gold, crude, and the Russell on range bars, okay? And we're using 5 EMAS, 5 exponential moving averages, okay? 3 of them are for the signals and 2 of them are for bias, and they're not standard EMAS settings. So you're not going to be able to just put a 50 period or a 20 period. No, every single EMA that we're using is based off Fibonacci numbers. So we're using Fibonacci sequences, okay, for the Fib numbers. So the EMAs are basically used off of Fibonacci's. And we have 3 trade setups. We have a reversal trade, which is a bigger macro trade. We have a trend trade, which is your immediate big move of the day, and you're going to get a few of those every single day. And then you're going to get a scalp trade, which, if you love scalping, these are pop and go trades. Okay, and what's nice is that you're trading with quick stops and targets, quick tight stops and targets on the scalps, and even for the trend trades and the reversals, you have really tight risk. So that's also something that a lot of traders like to see. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Very simple, keeping it super easy, keeping it super consistent. I just want to make sure there's no confusion here. Does that make sense? I want to make sure that I haven't lost everybody. Everybody with me? Good. Makes sense so far? Fantastic. I just like to do a check-in because I could keep talking, but if I've lost you, I want to make sure I don't go too far. Okay. So this is an example of the reversal setup. And the reversal trade is a combination of looking at macro trend changes and then looking at the pivot order blocks that shift the macro trend. And we're not going to get into the rules of everything today. I can't go into all the details because it'll be too much for one presentation. We have the entire week set out for this. But this was a trade that we took off the reversal. The EMAS led to the decision. So I'll give you an example. We wait for the EMAS to do a specific set of rules, and then we map out the structure that led to those trend changes. And this is a great example of a big trade. You know, just pop, hit it quickly, and reverse, right? And there's live fills. You can see the fills on the chart there. These are trades that we took, okay? Here's an example of me taking a trade with 10 lots. This was a micro scalp trade. And then the trade on the right, this is a trend trade. Okay. And so you're going to see that we're trading with the big picture direction on the left. And there's the fills, there's the positions, there's the trigger. And then that trade obviously hit targets. Okay. The one on the right is a trend trade. And the trend trades are massive. There was huge trend trades today, and the market wasn't even really moving today. But the trend trades pop, and when they hit, they hit. Okay, so we're going to go into the markets and I'm going to show you some trades today, and we're going to show you some examples, but I just want to give you some examples. These are some of the trades that Jim and I took. Okay, here's another example of Jim taking a trade on the left. There was, we took, sorry, that was my trades on the left. Those trades right there, just filling on a micro scalp. Those are micro scalp trades. So you're going to see the white and the black EMAs. We're waiting for the scalp trades to hit with trend direction. Same on the right. And, you can see the trades, they come in, get a quick fill, get a quick pop. There's a reason we're taking these trades. Certain conditions are meeting. We're not taking pullbacks as the pullbacks are happening. We're taking the scalp trades as the trend kicks in, which is normally a momentum-based nature. What I like about that is that you're always trading with the force of the market behind you. You're not trying to catch a time. You're not trying to be right about if the market's going to stop here on the dime. There's too much risk to that. And most traders never, ever do that properly. Like, they never really gain that consistency because you're not really on the right side of the market. You don't really know if you're going to get the follow through or not. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why we designed the system this way, is that you're always trading with the flow behind you, which to me is important because you're not fighting the current of the market. Right? How many of you guys would like to always try to be on the market as best as possible so that you're not trying to fight the current, so to speak, right? How many of you guys get into a trade a lot of times and you take heat? It's because you're still fighting the current. Well, once in a while you'll catch a trade and it goes against you. That's just the business. But we're not trying to time the pullbacks. We're trying to catch the impulse in the right environments, whether it's a scalp impulse, a trend impulse, or the reversal. Here's the scalp trades. Like, every single one this is a great example of just on the strong trending days. Like, when you get those strong days, when you get the follow through, you just get consistent back to back to back setups. And this was a day we traded it. Like, you can see the trades, you can see the fills. Like, this is literally our trades. And it just depends on what the market's going to do in a day. You might have a day where it's extremely volatile. You'll just get a whole lot more trades. But even on slow days like today, like if you just looked at the trades that happened off the open today into the lunchtime, there was just so many great trades today. And we're going to get into that. Okay. So let's go into that. Let's just go into a few things for a second. Okay. Well, and that's the thing, Lance. He says, Lance is just saying, he's like, what's impressive is that this was done in July and August. It wasn't really the best environments. Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I want to share with you something. And nobody knows this is existing right now. And this is what's fun for me. So what you're seeing right now is the Tick Blaze community. And none of you have access to this because the only people that have access to this are my staff and our development team that are preparing this for the launch of the Tick Blaze platform. And so one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to trade, and I wanted to post my trading. I wanted to post trades. Why? Because we have other traders, myself, Ethan, and Jim, posting our trades. You can see Ethan's posting his trades, Jim's posting his trades in here. And I'm also posting trades because I'm basically documenting. This was 13 days ago, 14 days ago, 15 days ago. All of my trading journal, like I've been trading this live, and I've been taking these trades and posting them to show traders when they come into TickBlaze what to do in the community. I wanted to document my live trading journey, right? And so as I was doing this, I was building systems for TickBlaze as well as the prop firm, and that's how it all started, right? So you can see here, this is literally me taking trades, you know, on the Russell, right? 13 days ago, I was taking these trades. This is not just me trying to do a webinar. Like, this is me coming to Jim. Hey, Jim, we've got something amazing here. We need to put this into a system. We need to get this into our traders' hands, because if not, they're going to be pissed that they don't have it. So, like, I documented a ton of this, guys. Like, I mean, I was taking trades like on the NASDAQ, like big trades. Like the setups, if you just learn them, they're huge, right? They're just really big trades. Like, this was a huge trade I took, right, on gold. And you know, what's nice is that it's just super. Like, take a look at this trade I took on the NASDAQ. Like, this is a big trade. This is on a micro, so it's the same as trading a 10 lot. So it's trading 100 lots on a micro. It's just 10 lots on a NASDAQ. That's a big trade, right? That's a big trade. Okay. And so when you see these, you know, like, what's really powerful is that when you're trading it live, something happens when you see things working mentally, psychologically, emotionally. When you start taking these trades and they start following through, and you start seeing that, wow, okay, like, this is happening all the time, that's when you have something to be excited about, right? And that's when I knew we wanted to put this together for everybody, because it's not an algo. You don't got to learn how to optimize shit and figure out all the settings. And yes, we have a lot of those and we love those. But this is literally just a combination of using the right conversions on the bar types, using a layout that looks like this with some EMAS, and it can make or break a change in your life, right? And I'll give you an example. This was a huge trade today that took place on crude. I'm just going to circle where the entry was right here. That was the entry on crude short. And then here was the micro scalp trade right here. Like, that was a big trade. There was another short right here. Big one right here. Crude had 1, 2, 3 big trades to the short side today, right? And it was a slow market. Like, it was a very slow market today. Didn't have a lot of movement, but it popped. And that is your trade right here. That is a trade. And there was another trade. So there was 3 big trades on crude today. If I look at gold, gold ripped to the upside. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to draw a couple things here. I'm going to drop this out. We're going to trade this live in the room here. So this is a trade right here, short. Okay, here's another trade here for a quick momentum scalp. Once transition happened, this was a micro scalp. This was a micro scalp trend trade. That was a trend trade, right? And this was another micro scalp right here. So there was, 5 trades on gold today. Okay. And what's nice about this is that we're not entering on the crosses. We're letting crosses tell us the momentum is on our side, and then we have specific rules for the entry. And if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you wait for the next signal. The key is the settings. If you take a look at the direction and what we're using, the EMAS play a big part. These are specific fib number settings. Let's take a look at the Russell. The Russell had a really big trend trade today. This was a massive trade. right? So I'm going to draw this as a huge trend trade, and it was just a clean trade. Like there was the signal, there was the trigger, there was the entry, right? And it's, you know, there was another trade here. This was another great trade, but nobody's trading at that time. Maybe there was a huge trend trade. There was two really big trend trades today on the Russell, and the market was really slow today. But you would have caught the entire leg of the market, right? So the reason I'm sharing this is like, you know, I was having this conversation. Is like my wife, she's not a trader, but like she wants to be. You know, she's always seeing me do things. You know, like this is something I could teach her, and I believe that she would scale profits, right? Because you can't learn bad behaviors with this. Here's a great example of a micro scalp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this here, micro scalp, big trend trade right here. There was the trigger, and it gave us a really clean entry, right? In line with the macro EMAs, in line with the direction. We waited for the consolidation. We don't trade flat environments, so there would have been no trading today on the NASDAQ. There would have been no trading here. We don't trade it when you have a flat environment. What's nice about this, and this is so important for you guys to understand, is that unlike other strategies, we have safeguards in place to keep you out of the market, okay, when you don't need to be in it. Like if I'm looking at these four markets right now, and if I normally would trade the NASDAQ and I'm looking at it like this, and I'm able to, I would be, Jim and I will be able to tell you in the room, like, yeah, the NASDAQ's not tradable right now. So let it show us where it wants to go, and then we're gonna have our trades, right? At that same time, we could have been trading the Russell, we could have been trading crude, we could have been trading gold, all simultaneously, all taking shorts and longs in multiple different directions. And we've built in, the reason we use the macro EMAs is because the macro EMAs dictate the ability for the micro setups to work. If you're on the wrong side of the bigger picture, your smaller time frame is going to get slapped around. And this is why a lot of directional traders, momentum traders, trend traders, they always bitch and complain, oh, the market's not moving, I'm getting chopped around. No, you just don't know that you shouldn't have been trading. Let's just be honest. If you're a trend trader or a momentum trader and you're taking a lot of heat or losses, it's because you don't know how to trade your system in those conditions. So the reality is that you need to learn how to sit on your hands or to identify those conditions. We've put in rules that takes the guesswork out. Literally basic things that you do not need to stress about. All you need to do is, oh, that's not safe. I don't touch that market. It's that simple. And you have 3 other markets to trade. So we have 3 signal EMAs and we have 2 macro EMAs that we use. And none of them are traditional numbers. So, and those are custom to us. It's part of our program. It's part of our cheat sheets. We'll go into that in the trading room. And ultimately, all of the settings that we have for the bars and the conversions, these are all done. And we have a conversion doc that will give you it, et cetera. So, and what was unique is that the EMAs and the conversions came from AI. I pulled this in from information from AI because I was doing statistical testing on bar types and averages for tick blaze quant testing. That's how this kind of came to be. It's like one of those, a mulligan, you'll take it, right? The ES, it's not the ES couldn't work. It's just that the ES is a high volume market. So if you think about the NASDAQ, crude oil, gold, and the Russell, they're all low volume to high spread markets. Like they trade less volume, but they move big ranges when the market moves, which means it's a low volume to spread market, which means when they pop, they pop. Like take a look at this market, like get a clean trade, boom, it just rips. It's just because it's a thin market. You want thin markets, even though there's a lot of volume on crude and there's still a lot of volume on the NASDAQ, you wouldn't find those types of movements on, say, bonds or the S&P or anything like that, right? So this is a strategy that's designed for these 4 markets, okay? But I'm assuming you guys could trade those markets. Just how many of you guys are okay with trading these 4 markets? I mean, these are pretty much the big boys, right? Okay. Exactly. So like I said, we went in and we did all this. We did all the data. We pulled all the data, like literally, you know, we pulled all the data into here. And Like literally pulled every single data. Like we went and we logged every single freaking trade. Like that's a lot of trades. We manually went back and marked up every single setup with software that does this, pulled the data to get the data outside of our live trading. So remember, I was trading this live, then we did this, then Jim traded it live. So all of our live trading was out of sample, which is amazing. I mean, I didn't do a back test today, and I can tell you the trades that hit today are freaking epic. So, and what's more important about this is it's just easy. Like, I just want to go back to keep it simple. When we look at all the algo traders out here, and we look at all the strategy traders, even in the gap program, the biggest common thread is the learning curve. A lot of traders feel that things are complicated, or they don't understand something, or the barrier to tech. There is so little to do here that I truly believe that everybody could have this within a couple of days. And that is why I was excited to put this together. Jim and I spent the last couple of weeks getting this ready. That's why I went into the trading room to share it with everybody. And it's so simple that I think we're probably going to run a room on this when we launch the prop firm. And it'll be something that could be traded as a prop firm. Traders go through it because you need something that's scalable and everybody could trade it on enough markets that you could run your prop firm infrastructure around that. And so this is one of the reasons why I'm excited to bring it into TickBlaze and the prop shop, is because that was kind of the intentions at the beginning. So how many of you guys are kind of excited to get going on this? Like, I mean, I know we haven't gone over the package or what it is and what the room is and all that stuff, but how many of you guys like what you see? Yes or no? Just want to gauge where you're at, right? I know I see a few haters in here. Your algos suck, and Sean, you're a terrible human being, and all that. Well, I'm just glad you're here, and I'll pray for you. Right? So, Jim, you want to come on for a second and maybe share a few minutes? Because like I came to you with this after I was trading it for over a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You had been trading it for a while. And so yeah, Sean came to me and said, "Hey, here's kind of my idea, what I'm thinking." And I kind of ran with it and tested some different things and looked at some different ways of trading it. And no, we both just kind of came together, put our ideas together. There was a lot of collaboration on this. I think we spent at least 3-4 hours just you and I together building this stuff out, and then separately as well. And so no, it was really, really solid. It just hit the ground running right out of the gate. It was a great way to trade. So
and I got to give Jim credit, because Jim was running the gap rooms, trading the VWAP strategies, but on the other monitors, he had these things run on the side. Right.
yeah.
Like, and Jim and I came together after we were trading it live. Like I was trading this live, posting in the communities. Right. So this is why I think the biggest thing too, I just want to share with you guys is that, one of the things Jim and I came together and we said, we need to have rules in the trading plan that keep traders out of the market when they shouldn't be trading, right? Like there's days where everybody's excited, the market's moving, news comes out, pop, 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 the trends are happening, the market volatility kicks in. But like, I promise you, you won't ever question whether or not you should be trading, right? And so what we're going to be doing, and I'll open this up for questions in a minute, is we're shutting down the gap room this week. Okay. We're shutting down the gap trading room on purpose because Jim and I, are mostly Jim, but I'll come in there periodically, is Jim's going to be trading a private room with all the traders, trading this live in a dedicated VIP trade room only for this system for the next week. And then Jim's going to run an afternoon strategy session to teach everybody the rules, the cheat sheets, and everything in a private group, because it's a completely different approach. It's a new system, it's a new environment, it's a new set of indicators, it's a new everything. So we really want to be able to dedicate training to everybody that's using this. So we're closing down the gap trading room for a week so that Jim can come in and actually trade live, more trading live, the system with all the traders doing this. So you'll be able to come into a private room all this week, every morning. We're going to give you the layouts. We're going to give you all the settings. We're going to give you the cheat sheets, and we're going to run class in the afternoon so that you can ask all your questions, and you don't have to feel like in the trading room you don't get your questions asked. Because sometimes in the trading room, a lot of people, and in live markets, you want that dedicated education time. we want to give you both, right? So this is a VIP program. It's completely outside the gap. It's completely outside of algos. It's new, and it's the future. I truly believe we'll be integrating this into all the brands eventually as everything kind of kicks in. And once we get TickPlace to market, I think this will be a major part of our roadmap. So what I'd like to do, how many of you guys understand everything we've said? I want to make sure there's no confusion. I think it's basic, keep it simple, right? We're not having, no, you don't need to optimize anything. No, you don't need to tweak any indicator settings. You don't need to change any bar types. You don't got to do anything. That's the key, right? And you can have it on TickPlace, Jack. I'll give you the layouts. Not a problem. So, so what I'm going to do, there is no trial, Samir. This took months of live trading, and we took a month to build it out, but it's very inexpensive. So you don't have to worry about large exorbitant costs here. Okay. This isn't a $5,000 package or anything. Like we wanted to make it so that everybody could afford this and have it and run with it and just take advantage of something amazing, right? Think of it as like an early Christmas. You could make it an algo, Scott. Yes, you could make it an algo eventually. Yeah. Yeah, we could. Yeah. So let me do this. Are you guys ready for pricing? You guys okay with it? You guys okay with me going into pricing? I just want to get right into the details, and we can go over questions and go over all that stuff. Okay. So let's break this down. Okay. So we're going to give you all the system rules and all the trading plans. You're going to get 4 days of VIP coaching. This is live trade room plus education classes in the afternoon. Okay. So strategies, trading plans, the trading room, and the coaching sessions. We've pre-built everything for you on 3 platforms. Only TickPlace investors will have access to the layouts. You can email us directly for that. When we go live with the beta, everybody will get that. But for now, you can have NinjaTrader and TradingView because they're available. We can set everything up for you. It's already pre-built. We've already done all this manually. This is not an algo, so we will give you those results if you want to go back and verify everything for yourself. Like this is ammunition. This is proof in the pudding. A lot of work went into this, so Jim can give you the document. Anybody who wants all the data, we can give it to you. Tons of work. All of the live trades, they're already documented. So when we turn on TickPlace, or if anyone wants to see me, just send me an email. I'll send you all the screenshots. I mean, they're all available to you, right? And the afternoon sessions, okay, we're going to be running VIP sessions that are, Jim's going to teach you the system and setups, okay? Very simple, right? We just drop it down, huge discount. Everybody in the GAP program also gets an additional coupon, okay? So if you're in the GAP program, okay, you get an extra coupon. I think, Jim, you have that, or you're giving that out to everyone?
What I did, guys, is I sent that out to everybody in the GAP program. You'll get that on an email at 4 o'clock. So it's coming out to you.
So everybody in the GAP program that's a main member of our education programs, have spent a lot of money with us and all that, you guys, it's plug and play, guys. You're getting an extra coupon on that too. We're just trying to help give everybody give back and really kick it to you guys, because I promise you this is going to be a lot easier than anything you're doing. It's easier than VWAP. It's easier than algos. This is easy money. That's the truth. It's just every day it happens. We will send, and all of the sessions that we have this week will be recorded. So if you can't make it or you have to leave, you will get access to it. So everything will be recorded, but you need to have access to it. You have to purchase it to get all that, because it's going to be in the back end. Yeah. And it starts tomorrow morning. So like, this is not like, hey, I'm going to think about it for a couple of days. Like, you've got tonight to do this. You're either in it or you're not, because we're going to run that room tomorrow. And if you want to come and trade with us, like, you got to get in. Like, it's that simple. Like, we can only run a room, right? We can only run a room when the markets are open, right? So like, if we did this on a Friday and then Saturday and Sunday, there's no trading, right? Like, so this is I don't know. I think the average trade, Jim, would probably be like 4 to 5 trades per market per day, except for on the huge trending days.
Around there. I think we had 200 trades over the course of 4 weeks. So if you break that down, that's 50 trades a week. It's 10 trades a day. And that's if you're trading from like 8:30 to 2, which obviously most of you trade a couple hours. You're going to get at least a few trades in a couple hours, at least, probably more.
So here's the cool part, right? Because everybody is always excited about algos and they get all that, but here's the cool part. We decided to put this as an ARC product. because we've never done something like this. We've never sold a program like this. We've never built something that we felt was worthy of doing that. It was always algos or gap. And so what I'm going to do is like, if for whatever reason, like you're not just like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like you could swap it in ARC. Like it's another no risk to you. Right. And that's why we did it as as an ARC product, so that you guys could take advantage of the love it or swap it program. Right. If we did it as a gap program, it wouldn't be gap because it's not gap. If we did it through NeuroStreet, there's nothing in there to help give you guys that de-risk. Right. So it's another great example of just trying to give you guys as much certainty as possible and take that risk off the table. Right. So, it's very simple. 749, I think, for those of you in gap, get a coupon, etc. And that's that, guys. I mean, it's simple as that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a poll, because I need to know, like, there's a lot of traders in here. Normally, this type of attendance is exciting. So what I'm going to do is take a look here. Take a look here for a second here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to run a poll here. I got to create a poll. Okay, because I want to make sure that I need to let my team know here because we've got a lot of people to help get us onboarded for the room tomorrow, because the room starts tomorrow morning. Okay. So basically, just give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to just ask this here so that I can gauge the level of amount of people I need to help. So do me a favor, if you could just do me a favor and okay. Okay, so give a second here, guys. Same in the morning. So do me a favor and just tell me, are you in or not? Like, there's no confusion. Like, it starts tomorrow morning. I need to know if you're in it or not, because we gotta have to have my team stand on standby here to help everybody get up and running, because it's already the afternoon. Right? And if we get so many of you guys in here and we think that we need to spend more time on this with you guys, we may even extend it a little bit, right? We may even extend the classes, maybe the room a bit, maybe do an overlap into the gap so everybody can take advantage. Like, it just really depends on the numbers, right? And yeah. So do me a favor, guys. Just there's 40% of you have answered. Do me a favor. If it's a no, hey, no sweat off my back, guys. I get it. Maybe not the right place for you right now in your life, money, whatever the situation. But if you are serious about learning this and getting on board, you just tell us yes. We need to make sure, because we need to make sure we send you the link tonight. We need to make sure that we send you all the information to get in. Jim, we already told you what it costs. Right here. Let me take a look here. Right there. And
yeah,
then you get
everything's always recorded too, guys. Yeah, we'll record and we'll make sure you get everything. So if you can't make any of the particular sessions, you'll get it for sure if you buy. So.
Yeah.
All the templates too will be all the templates, the cheat sheets, everything that you need in terms of like the materials and deliverables. As soon as you purchase, you'll get access to the downloads, and you can go in and download them right now. There's a Trading View, Workspace, Ninja. It's all in there. So yeah, you're good to go.
So that was a badass trade on the NASDAQ, like the NASDAQ and the Russell.
That was really clean.
And it was so slow. Like, I was watching this, and I was like, okay. And then that's a big trade, guys. Like, and the way that Jim trails his stop, like, you'd still be in this trade.
Yeah, you can
on the trend trade. You'd be trailing your stop like way up here. Like, this is a massive trade, man. Like, yeah. It's I personally love the trend trades myself because they're easier to trade. You get a few signals every day on 4 markets. You just catch the big moves. So I'm excited. And this is the same layout that Jim's built on the other platforms, and it's really easy to do. Really easy to do. Yeah. So it looks like we're gonna have a shit ton of people in there tomorrow, Jim. Hey guys, are you guys excited or what? I'm excited. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Good stuff.
Did you guys enjoy the presentation? A little bit of a different approach, not gap, not algos, something spicy, something exciting. Yeah. Great. So that's it. I mean, sometimes simple is better, guys. I mean, I know you guys like to be in these events, but let's get to it, right? We've got emails to send out, links to get you guys. You guys can move forward, and then you guys will get access automatically to the room. I think Ashley said that as soon as they purchase, they're automatically registered, right? If you purchase and for whatever reason you can't be there tomorrow, no problem, because you'll have access to the recordings in the members area for you. And you can always come to the next days in the afternoon class as well. Yeah, Jim will be there. Yeah. Makes sense? All right. All right. Great. So let me see. We got a lot of questions here. Yeah, and anybody in here that has already spent some money on other programs and algos, hey guys, it's like going into the shopping mall, right? Like some days you're in a place to buy something, some days you're not. Like you exercise your own caution too, right? Like we're not sitting here just trying to force sales. Like if you're not in a place to buy something, you're not in a place to buy something, right? If money's not right for you right now, or if you already spent some money, you want to learn the other stuff first, absolutely, right? We get it, right? There's no harm, no foul, right? So you do what's right for you guys. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes taking it slow and legging your way into things is just the right thing too for everybody. Everybody's at different places in their life. Great. So if you're a Gap member, Jim, I think said he's sending out the coupon. So yeah, go grab a coffee, go to the gym for an hour, come back, have dinner, hit it. Just make sure you take care of it tonight because you need it to be done tonight to get access to the room in the morning. Yeah. Makes sense. Thanks, Perry. Great.
Yeah, I could do that too in the private discords. Yeah, we can do that.
Excellent. Well, I think that's it. I think we've got 60% of the audience has answered the poll. Can the other 40% do me a favor and throw me a bone here? Let me know. Are you coming in or not? Right. I just need to know because my team needs to be able to pull the attendee reports and the poll reports. We need to cross-reference your answer to make sure you get the links. So that way you don't miss out. Right. It's not just about emails, because some of you guys have emails that you've triggered your spam filters or whatever, and you don't get the deliverability. We need to make sure you get what you need. These are not algos. Automated systems are automated systems. So this is a signal system using indicators. This is a manually traded, live traded performance system. So bone for Sean. Yeah. Throw me a freaking bone. All right. I think that's it, Jim. I think you guys know what to do. Everything's good. And yeah, if you have any questions, maybe Jim, you guys want to put your emails in here so you can reach out to you guys. And looking forward to seeing you guys crush it in the morning. Just do me a favor. If you guys could do me a favor, let tomorrow be your training wheels. We don't know what tomorrow is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be a big trending day, or if it's going to be a range day, or if it's going to be an oscillating day. We've got 3 setups for all conditions. And it's going to be an adjustment day. So tomorrow is going to be the adjustment day. Jim, which day is the strategy class in the afternoon?
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, so tomorrow's a great day for everybody to get their bearings, come into the room, get acclimated to the system. Tomorrow afternoon, Jim's going to teach you all the mechanics and the cheat sheets. He's going to be going through 3 different cheat sheets. So tomorrow's your training wheels day, right? And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be let's go and make some moolah. Yeah. Simple stuff. Okay, guys? So have a fantastic afternoon. I'm going to go get some exercise and go to the gym and then come back and get her all done later. Cheers, guys. Have a fantastic day. Happy trading. And I hope that all of our hard work pays off because we spent a ton of time on this to help pay it forward, and appreciate your business and appreciate all of you guys. Your attendance means a lot. Take care. Have a great day.